The party, still shaken by the horrible being of steam and fury and the taking of their captain, moved down the tunnel to warn the others. Hey, I think I'm in this episode.
Tenenbaum is just staring.
Especially after this. This is very traumatic. You're talking shop right now?
Limousine of imagination. The trees finally stop shaking. It's imaginary champagne. It's good. It's all strawberry flavored. And you stare into these still, silent woods. And it's perfectly silent. And a moment passes. And the birds begin chirping again. And the bugs start making their noise again. And the forest comes back to normal. Behind you, the two watchmen that were standing at the tunnel entrance, an elf named Tullerus and a dwarf named Delborn, slack-jawed, staring back. Delborn speaks up. What happened? What the fuck was that thing? Shaking.
We need to get back inside.
Our best guess is that it's a really big pig.
We have to get back inside. We have to tell Concestus about this.
Is there a how does the gate close? Like is it a turn thing? Is it like
the gate closes down.
Hold on,
I don't think
we're out of character. Concestus
Finch.
Concestus Finch. I'm gonna on board with this name for the rest of this game, but I just like the combination of consensual and incestus, like just concested, like it's so many different terrible things all rolled into one.
And now we have that was pictures of DJ's mind.
Yeah, that's a little delve into where I'm at. Concestus.
So is it like a lever you pull and it closes, or is it like you gotta roll it?
It's a crank that Delborn is standing next to. That he was working at.
I just kind of
We all.
at him and yeah.
Sigh of relief, definitely emanating from right as the gate shuts. Right, the adrenaline starts to subside.
Put my bow away.
Delborn's like, we have to get to Concestus. We have to talk to Concestus Finch.
I shake him. Monogolis grabs him and shakes him. Calm down.
What is this?
Calm down.
I've never seen the forest move. It stole you. And
There's nothing we can do at the moment. We need to get back to the base. We need to tell everyone what we saw.
Tellerus Pink kind of shakes it off, and he's like, the elf says, he's right. We have to go warn everyone. Concessus might know something, but the officers need to know that the captain's still out there.
That was the captain?
Yeah.
He's new.
Oh, man. Picked a hell of a first tour.
It's been one of those days.
And you walk back
Lead the way, Dole.
through the tunnel. You get about halfway there. You feel it dull. Touch your chest again.
Did you guys feel that?
I'm gonna punch myself in the chest. I would like to roll
A strength check against your
my own chest.
Okay.
Nat 1.
Probably for the best.
yourself in the face. Right, like uppercut to the nose.
Naturally, you don't want
what
to
are
do
you-
damage to yourself, so
seriously,
you
the roll
don't hit
will
yourself.
Are you okay? Are you okay there, bud?
It's seriously the roll a will save.
22.
All of us?
22. No, just him. So it doesn't.
Did we all feel that or just him?
No, it just he feels this. So it doesn't overcome you. But the ping isn't invitation. It's sadness. And you feel like this melancholy. Like a remembrance kind of feel. And then
Dangerous.
down the tunnel you keep
Dangerous
going.
stuff.
I think he's dead.
So, just get everything back.
Marshall's clearing the board.
And we're not moving around. So the bastion pretty much stays in the same place. So I'm not too worried about setting it up. So you exit this tunnel. And everyone that's awake or theirs kind of out. All they saw is that Captain Greymore just took off, bounded down the steps. Delborn's relating this to you as you walk down the tunnel. We were all just doing our normal duties, and then Captain, he just charged through everyone, burst through the tunnel. He commanded that we come open the gates and wait for us to return. We've never seen him so on fire before. You finally step into the bastion. The watchmen all stare at you. A couple of them are like, What happened? What's going on?
So I'm silent.
Do I know what that thing is? Like the thing that we saw? Like, I know you said what it was, but do I actually know what that... Would I have known what that was?
Actually, is that something I would have known?
You can roll a... This is a magical beast. It'd be knowledge arcana.
Oh.
It wouldn't be nature.
There was a giant boar. Just the biggest
The crowd kind of
boar.
hushes.
It was covered in steam. It yelled steam.
Covered in steam. It's as Bigar, Officer Bigar, Sergeant Bigar, approaches you, the full orc, and he looks at the three of you. Where's the captain?
Still in the forest.
We were taken by the forest, and it took him at the end. That was too. That was getting close to. It's just such an infectious one.
Why are you,
It really
why are you
is.
talking?
It's
Are you
infectious.
just trying to copy him? That's not very cool, man.
Bigar looks confused. Says, "The forest moved."
Yes.
Go see Conzestus. He turns around and he walks towards the other officers. You would all know, or not you all, Morgulus especially, and Tenebron would know that Conzestus Finch is the lead alchemist, like the knowledge keeper of the Bastion Watch.
Our ghost friend is just gone. Yeah.
What was that title again?
Yes, actually, that's an excellent question. Roll a perception check.
Six. 5.
Yes. You actually do not see her anywhere.
19.
14.
Word.
So I kind of shake myself, thinking of the alchemist. Brings me back to the mushrooms, and I lean over to Morgulus and be like, "Did you pick up any of the mushrooms? That Sydney wanted us to grab?"
Looking right back. No, I didn't have a chance. No, I didn't have a chance.
Did Yarstal? Did you?
No. I was a little preoccupied with the whole her being a statue thing.
Right. Okay, well,
Do you know how that
time
happened?
to go.
Wait.
You said that she had taken over that like a vessel, but it was whose body was it? Was it somebody's body? Why did it turn into stone? Do you know anything?
She said a willing participant.
I
Means that someone said, "Yeah, sure."
right. I mean, it sounds.
And now that someone is super dead.
Well, it looked like they were dead before. I don't know. Maybe she's not telling us the whole truth, but
I think that might be.
I think it's the least of our worries right now, really.
We should go see Concestus.
Concessus.
You head up towards the staircase that leads you from the pit to Concessus Finch. And as you open this his laboratory, you open the door
His
in this
lavatory?
his laboratory.
Okay.
Laboratory.
Thank you.
Laboratory.
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 I don't know why I said that in my character.
Laboratory.
Strawberry.
Like, I really got to take a piss. I'm sorry, guys. I'll be right back. And I open the door to his laboratory.
Library.
Library. Yeah, it's a really dishonest fruit.
The library. Essential for
Holy
washing
shit.
clothes in the 1600s.
Oh man, if we ever have a restaurant, can we please have like library syrup and like we just bring out an empty vessel of fucking syrup? We're like, this is yours now, motherfucker. Welcome to the real world.
Disappointment.
You want to live with library? Yep, it's full of unfulfilled dreams.
Ooh, excuse me. So the laboratory, the lab. Shut up,
Yes.
DJ.
No, I'm sorry. I just didn't hear the R. You really sounded like you said lavatory. So, like we walked into his bathroom.
So
He's like, I'm taking a shit in here.
it's incredibly different from the rest of the watch. Whereas the rest of the watch is all wood and stone, these doors open up to nothing but green. Various different pots and plants all stacked around everywhere from all over the world, kept in this climate. And that when you walk into the room, you can all throw down a... who's got spellcraft?
This guy.
Not me.
I do.
All right, well, roll me some spell now.
Oh yeah, buddy. I know exactly what's going on in this room.
I didn't do as good, but
It's a 24 with a natural 20 attached to it.
It
Nice.
would be an 18 for me.
All right, so both of you.
That's a great roll too.
Yeah.
So Yarcel Moragolis, you realize that when you walk into this room, you're hit with like this humidity. And then as you walk through it, it comes in pockets. And some pockets are a little bit colder. And then you realize that each individual plant, the area around it, is enchanted to provide its own ecosystem, native to where that plant is from.
Is it like raining in some of them?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Some of them have like a little bit of clouds. Some of them are like,
Whoa.
it is fantastical. And all sorts of bubbling instruments.
How big
vials
is
and
this
everything.
room? Like how far away, like as we're looking at all these things, how big are the plants? How big are the bubbles? I just kind of want
The room itself is about, I would say 40 feet. It's a circle, so it's about 40 feet. Yeah,
Pretty big.
Okay.
pretty big.
Pretty
like a
sizable.
big
No like
round
trees,
room.
but like big plants, like, you know.
Tall
Just all,
mushrooms.
like, and it's just filled to the
vines and
brim with
stuff.
just plants. It's just every imaginable different thing that you've ever seen.
the
Is there
upper-
like a tier system or something? Does it like get higher or lower as it goes towards the center?
Yes.
I'm sorry to drag you through this. I want to.
It's all good.
Roll a
because-
perception check,
because
damn it.
Because I want the art to be
I
distinct.
know. I want to see
So,
it.
and the plants fill the walls in like this tier system, and you see that he has like those old-fashioned bookshelf ladders that go like the distance of the room and go up, and it slides on this rail, so he can go into any tier.
That's
of plants
rad.
and like mess with it and get some like ingredients for like potions and whatnot.
That's super fucking awesome.
It's cool. And then you walk in, you don't see anything at first besides these plants, but you hear a humming. Oh! The room fills with this thick pink smoke. And it disappears pretty quickly.
Concestus?
Yes? Who's there?
It's Tenebrum.
Oh, Tenebrum! And he turns the corner, and you see
and
this
friends.
old elf. This old elf. Just turns the corner. His huge eyebrows that kind of like go down. His ears are kind of droopy. He's like, Tenebrum, Moragolus, how are you?
They, sir.
Yes. Who's this one? He
Yarsel.
points to
sorry.
Yarstel. Ah, Yarstel.
New recruit.
Another gnome. Very good.
Concestus, we have a problem.
Yes, I heard about this problem from Sydney. He points his finger upwards to a crow sitting on a shelf, who kind of like looks at you all and then kind of like nods, like, "What's up?" He speaks in Celestial. Hey guys.
Did the bird just talk to you?
Yeah. I thought you said it had to be a willing participant.
The bird didn't resist too much.
Like the crow didn't resist. Yeah, exactly.
Didn't really know what was happening.
They're
Just
not smart enough.
I feel arguably like if there were any creature in the world who would be okay with being possessed for small amounts of time, it would be a crow.
probably.
Right, as long as he doesn't turn into a statue and die afterwards.
Did you? And did you
As long as
see
you
what
promise
happened?
that doesn't
I
happen. to me.
didn't, but I know what happened. The
Not
forest.
Concestus. I was sorry. I was asking Sydney. Did you see what happened?
Sorry, I thought you were talking to me.
No, sorry, Concestus. I realize now that it might be difficult to tell.
Yes, I did see what happened.
Did you see what happened to the captain?
No. When you guys were dragged into the forest. It's not drug. Ever. It's never, ever drug.
I did that one. I did the same thing, actually.
When you were dragged into the forest, I ran inside. Well, I didn't run inside. I floated inside.
We're poofed inside.
And she kind of like throws at her like
Ghostly-
bird wings. Because you know
ghostly
how
waft.
it is.
A very,
yeah, it's like kind
I'm
of
picturing
like-
a very expressive crow.
Yeah,
right
exactly. Because this crow's talking to you with like gesturing like a human because it's not really a crow.
Do you think?
Using its wings
Right.
and shrugs.
Yeah, exactly. Like shrugs,
No,
his shoulders.
Now
Can
I
somebody please
will
draw us a
turn
shrugging
to
crow?
Concestus and just. So, what do you need to know from us? What are we supposed to do?
Did the forest make you feel anything?
Yes.
Yeah, several.
All
things.
trading glances.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
what it does. It is very dangerous.
Okay.
Clearly.
Now, the forest itself hasn't shifted in over 65
So
years.
shifted. That's the thing that happened when it.
Yes.
Scientific
us
term for that.
Approximately. The shifts, well, when they happen frequently, they tend to be anywhere between 4 to 10 quadrants deep and moving back and forth in various ways. They used to be incredibly dangerous, but we haven't received any notice of it happening for 65 years. That's a long time. I mean, not for me, because I'm so old.
I'm so happy.
case
That you
couldn't
are.
be happier.
Concestus, that you are.
Please, you don't look a day over 210.
Oh, stop it, Morgulus. You've always been my favorite. Don't tell the others. He kind of like slips you like this candy in front of everybody.
This candy coming from a tall dude is like this big to him. For me, it's kind of like,
he's like, whoa.
like it's like a snack set. Yeah.
Now, about the forest.
Hey.
Those feelings it made you feel. Were they happy?
At first. Well, happy would be the wrong.
Were they good?
Welcoming.
It was welcoming. Would be the
Like
term.
it wanted me to move deeper into the forest.
Yes. Yes. And you should never move deeper into the forest.
Ooh, okay.
This forest is, in its own way, alive. It is an extension of the beast that controls it. This beast, we call it the beast. We've never actually seen it. No one's ever even...
Until
we don't
today.
know anything about this thing. We just
Until
know that
today.
it's in the forest.
How do you know it's a beast? How do you know it's a thing? How do you know it's actually an entity?
So wait, the forest is just an extension of a creature?
Yes.
Does
And
it,
so
is
I'm
it even
afraid
real?
is the Balderdon.
The
Balderdon.
The what?
Balderdon is this creature's fury. It is the hog that you saw today.
Oh, the big boar.
This forest, its traits, its beings, have been separated into these magnificent, terrible creatures.
Oh, is this the part where you tell us that in order to tame the forest, we got to hunt down each emotion and fucking kill it?
I mean, that's what the old text says. I guess if you want to circumvent all this stuff that I was gonna say. No, please, Tenebrum, after you. Ladies and gentlemen, Tenebrum's got the floor. Would you like to tell the class what's going on?
Wait, you're telling me that we have to kill its emotions?
No. Well, I mean, not unless you've been tainted. Not unless you've heard the forest tell you to stay. But that's pretty. Doesn't happen to everyone that goes into the forest.
Well. Yeah, about that.
Yeah, that didn't happen to me.
It did, though.
Oh, I
Not-
thought you
yeah, but
you
he's-
said that it only happened to him.
No,
No,
that was
he-
the sad, melancholy thing. Like, when the beast steam breathed you,
Oh.
and you all got hit by that thing.
Upon further consideration, I do believe that did actually happen
So
to me.
Concestus, his eyes kind of like wide. Like, you heard the forest tell you to stay?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that would be a yes.
I'm going to assume this is a...
He
I'm
kind
gonna
of like...
assume that's
yeah,
a
this,
bad thing.
That's not a good face for you to
he
make.
looks up to Sydney and says in Celestial, they heard the forest say stay with them.
What did he say? What did he say?
You could translate. He just
I'm actually not. I'm not translating right now.
what?
I will in a second. Just
so
sorry, no,
Sydney-
I'm not translating right now. I'm just watching.
Sydney glances back and kind of like nods and says, yeah, I had a feeling that it might. So I am given
She's saying stuff.
to, yeah, and she's like addressing all of you. But
Now I'll translate.
actually, you don't have to because I just remembered crows speak all the languages of their master. And canonically, I think it makes sense that this crow speaks common now. Because it has linguistics.
So we have
Yeah, no.
we have
So
an
that's
English
not-
speaking
There's a lot of things.
very
Common.
animated
Common, yeah.
common speaking very animated crow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the crow that shrugs.
Crow that shrugs.
The crow that shrugs.
The crow that shrugged by Marshall Mills.
She looks at all of you and says, I am given to certain dispositions. Some would call them visions. I am myself, other than being this phantasm that you saw, an oracle of sorts. I know it was unusual that they chose you, Yarstel, to go on this tour because it was your first day. But as I stood next to Big R, there was something that told me that you had to be on this tour. And I think it was so that you can all be chosen by the forest.
I don't know if I want to be chosen.
Don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tenebrum on this one. This is
The forest hasn't chosen anyone in 60 years.
is this a good thing?
It can very much be a good thing. The only people that can harm the beasts are the ones that have been chosen. The last person to be chosen was Captain Greymore. Some 60 years ago.
Guys,
I think we're going back in.
I think you're right.
I think we need to
But
save this
here's the
forest.
thing. Kenzestus speaks up. And you must keep this to yourself. You can't cause a panic to the outside. The Daemon's Vigil, it's not for protecting, making sure things don't come out of the forest. The Daemon's Vigil is a way to collect people introduce them to the forest on the off chance that they'll be chosen.
Now
That's
that I
what-
really don't like. What?
Yeah, that's.
I know. I
So
know.
you're well, then
I mean,
why
I
do we have
suppose
that
I understand.
fucking wall if nothing comes out of it?
Things do come out, and that's what the vigil's for. But the reason we do tours is because we have been trying to shut this forest down. I'm not old enough. We've been trying to shut this forest down for hundreds of years. It can only be brought down to those that are chosen. So we established this wall to make sure nothing comes out, and we established the tours to introduce people to the forest. That's why the tours were so frequent.
Well, it sounds like we have no choice.
It sounds like you certainly have a
I
choice.
I leave. I go to my room. I go to my
Tenebrum.
I just walk away. I am not here. I am very, very, very upset
I
right
kind of look down. Morgulus looks down at his feet as Tenebrum storms away.
If the vigil is left unguarded, who knows what would spill out? The beast gains strength each passing year. Apparently, this is the first time we've seen them in 20 years. I don't know what much that I can tell you. You've been chosen by the forest, and this puts you at the Daemon's Vigil top priority list. You have a chance to stop these things.
Look, I didn't come here to be a hero. You're saying that nobody's been chosen in 63 years, and you've been running
62.
You've been running all these tours. You've never found anybody. How many people do you think you've taken in there?
That's a good question. And he kind of like pulls out an abacus and he starts like flipping through. Says, let's see, two tours a day. More people. Hundreds. Wow. Hundreds at least.
Look, I didn't come here to be some sort of hero.
Then
And
why
I
did you come
don't-
here?
Why I came here is not important, but I'm not. This isn't. I mean, are you? There's why we can't send anyone else in? Can't you just keep testing people till we? I mean, we're not going to be enough. There's not going to be enough of us.
We don't have enough of
We're
now.
not.
The entire race, the entire plane of Galarian is not enough people. Because none of them can hurt the beasts. The forest itself demands this challenge. And if the chosen don't fight, they find their fight.
Looking you right. What's his name? What is this guy's
Concessus.
name? Concessus. Looking Concessus right
I turn
in the eye.
around, and start
Morgul-
facing the other way from him.
Morgulus says, "We have been chosen by this forest. I will do everything that I can. I need to go rest now."
I turn and I look at you for a moment, and I keep speaking and I keep doing shit with my hands. And after a moment, I don't know, do you think you would have left right in that moment?
I think if
Do you think you would
you
have turned around and left? I need a minute.
if you had shot me a glance, I would have probably looked at you. Morgulus would have looked at you.
Sorry.
I come from nature. We all come from nature, and nature is calling to us.
Next to me pops up Twig.
Oh, you're a summoner! Oh, what fun!
I look you right in the eye.
Twig. Say hello.
I look. Wait, I can't. Stel? No. Yarstel. I look Yarstel right in the eye. Hold up my hand. I summon a tiny flame that floats just above my palm.
Me and Twig look at the flame expectantly, and then up to you, waiting for you to do some. They
Looks
look
like
away,
you
they
guys
look
could
away.
use some alone time.
I look back to Twig, and I say, Twig, I don't know, man. This sounds like a really bad idea. Do you really think we should do this?
I am Groot.
And Twig looks at me and he's like, hell yeah, baby.
More to less, you are the only people who can hurt the fear for the beasts.
We'll talk to Tenebrum. We'll see if we can change his mind.
I guess I'll do what I can. I'm in.
He kind of like looks at you guys. Excellent.
Do you have anything of use?
Yeah, anything you have,
Yes.
we will certainly take.
Advice.
Rest.
Potions.
Rest up. We'll go into
Magic.
We'll go into
Like,
some
do you
more...
happen to have a bag of experience points laying around over there?
How about a
I
bunch
know
of
what
money?
that
Can we have a bunch of money?
He's like, oh, actually, I have a trunk full of experience points.
Your brain starts
also
hurting
this
and you start
cool
bleeding out of
purple
your
helmet.
ears.
All right. Well,
Is that guy bleeding out of his ears? What the fuck just happened?
get some rest. Get out of my lab. Get rest. We'll talk in the morning.
More pink mist and we leave.
explosions. All right.
Mara, do you know where Tenebrum's room is?
Yeah, we can
Well,
walk
I mean,
there, but I
it'd
think that
be-
we
it'd
should
be the
give him.
bunk.
I think that we should give him some time to process this. He's a
You're
he's a
probably
good
not
dwarf.
wrong.
He's a good dwarf. He's a friend.
Heard.
And then we
So,
kind of walk off. I
what's
guess.
going on?
Yeah,
You're
I
in the
guess.
bunk.
What time is it right now?
I'm gonna go and
Yeah, I
I'm
go to
gonna
my
have
bunk.
a brew and then go to a store since we're gonna. I think we're getting here to this type of part of the.
He's a quartermaster, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Quartermaster.
I'm gonna also have a beer and then like 4 more, and then I'm gonna go to sleep.
Jader approaches you, Officer Jader. So what are you doing?
I'm in my bunk. At this point, I'm just sitting, like kind of just staring off into space. Like I have a silver icon that's Torag's hammer. And I'm just kind of I've taken it off from my neck and I'm just kind of worry stoning it, if you will, between my forefinger and my thumb. And I've got my tome. My tome of spells
So
on my knee, just with my
from
left
behind
hand.
you hear Jader speak up. You know, I know it Consensus told you, but something that you'll have to look through this lens. Perhaps it wasn't the forest that chose you, but Torag himself.
That's what I've been thinking. I don't know if I want it. I came out here to make something of myself, to be a hero.
And now it has been thrust upon you.
But now that, I saw it. I saw the thing.
I've seen it too.
How do you fight something like that?
Me personally, I don't know. But when the captain was chosen some years ago, he changed. He became incredibly strong. Swifter than any Minotaur I've ever seen. The forest, it takes delight in this fight. You feel it when you're out there. When you win, the forest is happy. When you achieve and fight, it needs this fight. But no one's ever satisfied it. No one's ever fought the beasts. But three chosen in one fucking duel? The forest is getting tired of waiting and wanting some results. We are the unluckiest lucky bastards of any bastion on the wall.
I go ahead and I put the icon back around my neck and tuck it into my shirt and strap the tome to my side. And I pick up my hammer and my shield. And I say, I'm going to the training grounds. be back at midnight.
Aye. And he offers you some whiskey.
I take a very long pull.
He pours you a drink and you just like grab the
the
bottle. Right, yeah. You just swig from it.
Get some rest. Consensus wants all three of you in the morning. He turns around, walks off.
With the true purpose of the Daemon's vigil and their fate with the forest laid before them, Tenebrum, Moragolus, and Yarstel find wild adventure thrust upon them. Next time on Content Couch Rolls 20s.